episode. I guess we can talk about just about anything at this point. Because, we're all still learning. I guess the topic tonight for me is prison reform. I don't believe that I've seen it in my lifetime. I don't believe any of those before me have seen it, at least not in the United States. We hear all the horror stories and all the things that transpire behind those gates, between those walls. And at what point do we actually have to come to an understanding that that's not helping society in any way? Because those that were wrongfully convicted spend decades wasting, being transformed as people, and then let back into society to try and cope or just maintain in general. And that's a hard thing to come by when you've had to be a savage for the umpteenth years that you were in there. And then on top of that, no amount of money could ever give that time back. But then we have those that do petty crimes. They get sent in and come out totally different people from the things that they witnessed, from the things that they had to do, or the things that was done to them. And it's as we all know, those things change people. They change humans. Being behind bars, being caged in, is going to take a toll on you regardless, but now you're adding the compound frustration and stress and mental erosion from the things that you're bearing and witnessing. And we have to come to an agreement that things need to change, because we know that all this is doing is helping further destruction of the human race. And at this junction, we have to just simply put an end to it. We have to look within ourselves to actually do something about it, instead of just asking and pleading and begging to have something change that we can change. We have the control, but we also have the fear. And one of those have to go. And it can't be the control. So, if we know that people are going to get wrongfully accused, wrongfully sentenced, but then the way that they're treated behind bars is going to dehumanize them, degrade them, and further along their destructive path, why would we continue to fund or fill this system? Granted, I don't believe everybody should be free, not from the things that they've done. Believe me, necessity. But I don't believe everybody deserves the ramifications of the jail that they provide. It is a slippery slope with these things. Certain individuals, certain criminals deserve what they get. However, there are certain people that made the tiniest mistake and their life took a drastic turn for a mistake somebody else didn't get caught for or let go for or just a slap on the wrist. So it's not just prison reform, it's system reform, but at this current topic, we're just talking about the prison system. Because we know that once people go in there, they don't come out the same. Psychologically, they're bred different. And society, it's hard to put them back into society around people that aren't hardened for no reason. We know the backwards dealings, the side contracts, the unexplaining or unexplainable unalivings. We've seen all and heard about all of these things. But we haven't come to the conclusion yet that we actually need to do something about it. We have to stand up for ourselves because most of the time don't fit these crimes, especially if is involved. If you is involved, HUE is involved, it's the law, and we all know that. So therefore, we can really say the mentality of changes constantly. But as a whole, we understand that it doesn't matter what color that goes in there, you're going to come out different. Doesn't matter what gender you go in, you're going to come out differently. Because every waking moment is an edge moment, a life or death moment, a situation waiting to happen. It's eggshells. And if you're constantly walking on eggshells, once you get back to a free life, these are the constant things that they're trying to weed out from their life, but it's hard. Because of all the trauma that accumulated in such a short time. It doesn't matter how long that you're in there. All it takes is a day or two, a few hours. But the trauma could last a lifetime. We know that people's loved ones get mistreated. Left to fend for themselves, and those in charge know that they need medical assistance, know that they need care, know that they need some form of help, but aren't willing to give them to them or them because of what they've done or what they was accused of or just being a criminal. Now, if that's the case, why are you even taking care of them? Why are you even doing any of the things that you're doing if you're not going to actually do it? So we understand that this is just modern day shackles. It's just modern day slavery at its finest. And I mean, yes, you do become a slave to the state. And yes, this is noted. But nobody should be treated well. Let me take that back. Everybody shouldn't be treated like that. Because if you do a heinous crime, I have no sympathy for you. You get what you get. Don't throw a fit, because I know I ain't. It is what it is with y'all. But I'm talking about those that just made simple mistakes, or just was trying to provide, or just doing things that the government gets away with any other day. Those are the people I'm talking about. I'm saying that we have to change the way that they are dealing with criminals in prison before they get to prison, because when they're released and back into society, it doesn't make it better. And we've seen this time and time again, and we've seen that usually once they go there, it's a cycle of continuous just being in and out, until there's no longer going out. But this is all they know at this point. That's all they know. And that's a problem. The world shouldn't pass you by because you made a mistake in your past. You shouldn't be a dinosaur to the times that you're stepping out into. You shouldn't be mistreated when you're trying to understand where you went wrong and why you needed help, or why you just done the things that you done anyway. True reform, self-reflection, understanding, instead of chaos and turmoil and savagery. We have to promote and do and demand better as people. Okay? This is a must. For us to do anything and really thrive in life, we must first understand that mistakes are going to happen. But the way that they're judging us, the way that they're handling us, the way that they are caging us up and treating us, it isn't right. Point blank, period. So at this point, we have to really stand up for ourselves and make sure that this doesn't continue to happen. And everything that is done behind those bars is to help and not hurt us. Because those brothers and sisters behind them bars is really hurting. Some of them is coming up missing. They're being mistreated on the daily. And we know that they can't stand up for themselves. So we must be the ones that stand up for them, because we're all human. We all make mistakes. Some just don't get caught for that. But one thing for sure, two things for certain. Reform means to get better, not to get worse. And the only thing we've seen majority of the time coming out of prison is worse. And if it is better, it's on the back of hellacious trauma. Simple enough. But that's all for this topic, man. If y'all want a part 2, just let me know, man. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Till next time.